Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. I'm Stephanie Fisher. I'm a licensed counselor here in the state of Michigan, and I am owner and operator of In Progress Counseling. This is just a riveting series for me. I don't know how riveting it is for you, but again, one of the goals is to practice language around defense mechanisms, and another goal is to bring maybe some clarity to words that we hear in pop psychology and in the world around us, and kind of bring some of their clinical underpinnings into our awareness, normalize defensive functioning, so it's part of normal developmental processes. It's also seen through the lens of maturation, meaning as I come across some of these in other people, in myself, in clients, there's possibilities to mature them and turn them into more adaptive, healthy strategies over time. And this is all happening in our unconscious, kind of running below the level of the water. It's pretty fascinating stuff, again, to me. So Monday's video, we talked about projective identification, which is an order 2 immature defense. Now today we're pivoting to order 3, but it's going to sound a touch redundant because we're also talking about simple projection today. So projective identification is where I have this belief and I kind of provoke someone else into creating a cycle with me that will then reinforce my belief. Projection, so simple projection, and simple is my word, that's not the word that gets used in the hierarchy. Projection is talking about I have things going on inside of me and I am not yet aware of them. I'm not familiar with it. I'm not willing to acknowledge it. And so I project on someone else this thing that's running inside of me. So let's say I have something around relational disrepair that I've engaged in. Maybe there's an affair that I've engaged in. And so I'm looking at my spouse and I'm saying, you're having an affair. I know you're having an affair. You're cheating on me. And there's this adamancy and this insistence and this projection. And I'll often with clients, not in the context of affairs, that's very specific, but in general, we will hear that adamancy and I will slow it down and say, hey, let's investigate that a little bit. What's going on inside of you where you're so certain that this other person is doing this thing? And when we slow it down and we start to peel back the layers of the belief system or the schema that's running, we find out that it's parts of their own story that have not yet been held, matured, maybe metabolized, possibly grieved. And so they're taking it and they're thrusting it on someone else. So let's say in that same projection related to an affair, let's say I come from a family system where that's happened. And so let's say I've gone through a family rupture where my parents engaged in something that was catastrophic for their marriage. And so I come with a lot of pain through that experience. And now I'm projecting onto other people. We often will talk about the shadow side not in psychology, in my clinical work specifically, because we have about 100 years of therapy that talks about if you're not willing to confront your shadow side, then you might project a lot on other people inadvertently. This is not at the level of intentionality. This is not at the level of malice or manipulation. If I haven't reconciled how destructive I can be, then I project a lot of that on other people. Like, other people are evil. I could never. Other people are terrible. I'm just not that way. And it's like, well, wait a second. I haven't yet reconciled what happens when I have few options, few resources. When I'm having a bad day, I can be a pretty abased version of myself. And so it's really important to reconcile some of that, or I end up projecting on other people things that I've never really held for myself. It's a really interesting strategy. Again, it's a pretty young strategy. Kids, under age 12, they're pretty concrete thinkers. We don't get into abstraction till we're kind of in those early teen years. And so this really is reminiscent of kind of an under 12 strategy where we're very concrete. I have this assumption, I foist it onto you, I'm so certain of it. And typically clinically, when we slow it down and peel it back, it's like, oh, there's something inside of me that I haven't yet dealt with. Really powerful to get to slow it down and investigate that. So that's our conversation for today. We did projective identification, where it's this interpersonal cycle. Today it's projection, where something from inside of me is the catalyst for me throwing something in your direction and making accusations or assumptions or being adamant about some beliefs I have about you.